Hey fellas, if you're trying to, you know why you're here. You're trying to get better with your erections, get over erectile dysfunction, not lose your erection during sex, all of that wonderful stuff where you need to pay attention. Because normally I do teaching. I'm gonna teach you, which supplements, what exercises, that type of stuff. But we got to get into the coaching, the stuff to get you up here and get you on path. Because today I'm talking about how to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You know what I mean? And hey, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B. For the last 23 years, I've been a men's performance coach with GoodWood, formerly known as African Fly. And today, what I'm going to get into is where I talk to a lot of guys, I do a lot of coaching, and you have to get into this mindset. You have to be consistent. There is no way around this. You have to do it all the time. Let me get into it. What you're trying to do is get yourself into a point where all of this stuff that I talk about is on autopilot. If we're talking about a lifestyle change, yes, it is easy once you get into this groove, but you have to get into the groove. Let me tell you how. But of course, I need to ask a couple of favors for you. Could you hit the like button and subscribe button and notification bell so we can get some more of this information to you, and leave some comments below. If you're not a subscriber, you need to get busy so we can tell you how you can get busy. You know what I mean? Because right now, what I'm going to do is break this down till it can't be broken anymore. All right, so let's get the list together. You want to get that erection on demand. You want to have erections that last as long as you want to, be able to have an orgasm when you want to, control the entire process, have your Johnson under your complete control. How do you do that? Well, the first thing is you have to be on point all the time. All the time? All the time. To get my point across, I'm going to start some ish up in here. The question is, who is the GOAT of basketball, the greatest of all time? The debate can go on and on, but typically we're talking about Jordan and James. Now, I'm going to give you my answer and the reason why. I'm going to say LeBron James because I put him into a slightly different category. I say LeBron Ramon James because he's been the greatest all the time. Since high school, he was great. College, well, he didn't go to college. He was too good for college. Straight to the pros, he was great. 3 different teams, been great, the greatest player on the list all the time, highest scoring, all this other kind of stuff. For me, he's over Jordan only from the standpoint that Jordan retired and then retired again, all these different things. And when he did, the best ability is availability. He wasn't great all the time. He was just great in those spurts when he was just magnificent. Can't take any of that away. But LeBron James is older and then Jordan was, and is still playing great. The point is, you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. LeBron James stays ready. He goes on vacation right after winning a championship and works out on vacation. And why does he do it? Well, they would say love of the game, love of the competition, but for most of the guys, we're talking about Jordan and Kobe, these guys just hated to lose. And we're talking about erections, erectile, you're going to lose in the bedroom. That's the worst loss. It doesn't feel good at all. I mean, it's not, you don't have thousands of fans yelling at you and things like that, but that one fan, ooh. I mean, when you're into it, you're going to stay locked in. This is the thing, guys. The secret is consistency. You have to stay consistent. That's why you turn it into a lifestyle. That's why it's like, hey, for me and my supplements, I got it on my schedule. I know when I'm taking my supplementation. I know when I'm going to the gym. I know I'm getting my walks in. How to go to sleep, stay asleep. That's a hard part for me. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not perfect at it. It's not the idea to be perfect at it. The idea is to stay as consistent as possible and stack your wins. Things I used to do a good 20 years ago, don't do them anymore. That's because times change. I've changed. And that's going to happen for you once you lock in and say, I'm going to change this. I'm letting the wife and kids know at 10 o'clock, boom, I don't want to hear anything else. I'm sleeping. I'll shut what is known as up so I can say it up. I mean, let's be honest right here, fellas. You have to set the parameters. This is all on you. The consistency is on you. And the way you do it, a lot of times we do this happy thing where it's like, oh, imagine your goals and imagine being the best in bed and stuff like that. That's wonderful. It's sort of helpful. It's helpful in setting your mind right. But the other side of that is just as powerful. People will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. So sometimes you have to go through the list in your head, even write it down if you have to. Some people actually write down who their haters are and look at it every morning to remind themselves, oh yeah, if I don't do this, this person is going to be like, oh yeah, see, I told you. So for you, if you have to write down, I don't want her to leave me. I don't want her stepping out on me. I don't want to be in a position where I feel embarrassed. Write that down, look at it every morning, and get on your grind. You have to change up here. Everything I talk about in terms of the energy, sleep, exercise, intermittent fasting, and soul, the ECS 25 program we talk about, it works. You have a human body. You're no different from the billions of other humans who had to go through that, but we're in a different time, and our lifestyles are completely opposite of what is necessary for you to have a good erection for your entire life. So you have to take control and grab it. You just say, hey, I'm going to be consistent with this. It's not going to be like overnight. It doesn't have to be overnight. It has to be a gradual thing, because if you try to do it overnight, your brain will like, oh, okay, this is cool, all the way until something happens, and then it switches back to your old, I'm going to have this beer and these ribs tonight, and then, then maybe tomorrow night, then the next night, and you're back onto the old thing. You have to stack it up slowly. When I was 285 pounds, there is no way you could tell me that, I'll be doing 25 push-ups, doing burpees, doing all this other kind of stuff that I'm doing to stay consistent. But now it's a lifestyle. It's easy for me. I don't even think it's just what I literally do. I want the same thing for you. I want you to get to the point where it's like, hey, I was supposed to do this. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. Then it becomes second nature to you. You're not even thinking about it. It's just a reflex to get up in the morning and go for a walk. It's a reflex to get up in the morning and go to the gym and work it out. That has to be you, because I'm gonna give you a different way to look at it. We often talk about belief, and people have this belief systems and these different things. I break it down like this. Your belief is how you be living. Be living. You see how I did that? Right there. Yeah, how you be living shows up. I used to believe that you needed to be in shape, but how I was believing, me living was off some Popeyes, some soda, alcohol flavored soda. The pizzas. On a Friday night, I would get a medium-sized pizza and just eat that, watch some Netflix. Everything was just completely off. Go to sleep at like 2 o'clock, wake up the next morning, and of course there's going to be no morning erection. There was alcohol, pizza, and bad sleep. So how I believe, what I knew to be true, but how I was living was so opposite, and I wasn't feeling good about myself. Now I'm more in alignment. It's much easier. I want that for you, because even the thought process of like, hey, you know what? I can't help but go back to what I was doing. You can change. You can change. You have to change. Look, I sell supplements. I know what the supplements can do. The supplements cannot do magic. They have to work inside of you, and if you are off, they're going to be off. I've seen it too many times. Guys who were on steroids, lost erections for 15 years, got their erections back, changed their pattern. Guys who were having erection issues constantly and it was getting worse, changed the patterns, they're back. You have to change your pattern. You have to be consistent with it. Because let's get into the real truth of it. You already know what to do. You're just not, let me say it again. You already know what to do. You're just not doing it. You may not know everything, but you know enough, and you're not doing that stuff. But once you start doing the things that you do know how to do, and you get more information, you stack it up, and you start seeing that you're in the win column, guys, if you're having issues, I want you to be over here on the winning side, where things work. When you meet a lady and you're like, I'm not worried about down there, I function correctly. When you go into the bedroom with your wife, your girlfriend, whoever, you're going in fully confident, not worried about premature ejaculation. You're not worried about losing your erection. You're worried about, can she handle it? That's what your worry is about. I want you on that. That is cool. That is fun. I've been on that other side where it's like, she called, but let me just say I'm not feeling good tonight because blah, blah, blah. I probably wasn't feeling good the way I was living, but now homegirl calls up, it's like, oh yeah, come on through. We're gonna handle that business. You want that confidence, guys, and being consistent gives you the confidence, and as you're more consistent, it brings the confidence up even more. I want you to get to the point where you're saying, there isn't a cheat day. I don't have a cheat day. because there's no reason to cheat. It's like I love being on this side so much. Why would I go back to, let me just go ahead and grab a pizza and some beer and some, and not sleep well and then have to worry about the next day. No. I don't want that anymore. I want to be over here on the winning side where it's like every day I'm on point and I just feel good, look good. It's coming out of me, and everything is working. That's where you should be. So let me sum it up really quick, fellas. To get to where you want to be, you have to change your belief system. How you're actually living. You want to change that, not just what you think, how you live. You need to hate losing. You need to hate thinking like, oh my God, I have to worry about this. You need to hate that feeling. So that way, you know the next time you're looking at the refrigerator and it's saying something to you that it shouldn't be saying, you're like looking at it like, nah, you're not getting me, player. I'd rather be on the winning side. That's all I got for you right now, fellas. Hey, this is Uncle B saying, get your game up and go hard. Peace out.